Henyard fired her chief of police late last year without any approval from the village board. So now Robert Collins has filed a lawsuit against.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
So if you thought the drama surrounding Tiffany Henyard couldn't get any wilder, buckle up. So the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, is facing one of the biggest scandals to hit local politics in a long time. She's caught up in a web of legal battles, accusations, and, believe it or not, a looming investigation that could end in her downfall. The rumors flying around about this woman are wild, but what's even more jaw-dropping is how she's managed to hold onto power, despite everything coming her way. And now, with prosecutors dragging her into court after what's being called a $10 million scam, the question on everyone's mind is, how long can she keep up this charade?
I think you should pay everybody. Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for. You just got it.
So how did we get here? How did Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor, find herself at the center of a storm of accusations, investigations, and public outrage? Well, it seems like Henyard's rise to power wasn't just a stroke of luck, but part of a calculated strategy that's now coming back to bite her in the worst way possible. She's been accused of everything from misusing taxpayer money to making secretive and shady appointments in Dolton's government, all while living a lavish lifestyle that's left residents fuming. And if that's not enough, there's now evidence coming to light that she might have orchestrated a massive financial scheme, which could land her in even deeper trouble with the law. Let's start with the latest bombshell. Henyard is reportedly under fire for her role in a new financial scandal that involves $10 million in what's being called a scam. And we're not talking about a small oversight or clerical error here. Prosecutors believe there's enough evidence to suggest she was involved in some serious misconduct, and they've dragged her to court to answer for it. According to the allegations, Henyard used her position to funnel money into questionable projects, all while ignoring the rules and bypassing the approval of the village trustees. Now, let's be real, Henyard has never been one to shy away from controversy. But this time, it looks like she's in deeper than she ever expected.
Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman?
But what's even more shocking is Henyard's reaction to all of this. Rather than laying low or showing any sign of remorse, she's been doubling down on her behavior, acting as though the rules don't apply to her. In fact, she reportedly brushed off a restraining order that was placed on her after she made a series of unauthorized appointments to key positions in the Dolton government. Village trustees had been trying to stop her from consolidating power by appointing her own village manager, village attorney, and police chief, all without their approval. And when the court stepped in and blocked her from going through with these appointments, did she back off? Not a chance. She continued to act like she was above the law. And now she's paying the price for it.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
During a heated exchange with the trustees, Henyard didn't even try to hide her disdain. According to those in attendance, she was quoted as saying, "Just pay attention to who stirs up all the drama in your community. That's how you can tell who's really a plant in the audience." So this kind of bravado has become a hallmark of Henyard's leadership style: defiant, arrogant, and unapologetic. It's clear that she thrives on controversy, and instead of backing down, she's taken every opportunity to throw gasoline on the fire. So but that strategy might finally be catching up with her.
Sometimes we get invoices, but those invoices lead to more questions, and sometimes we don't get answers to those questions. And so it's not about clickbait, it's about just making sure the right thing.
At the center of this mess is a restraining order issued by a Cook County judge, which bars Henyard from making any further appointments without the trustees' approval. The judge didn't mince words either, warning Henyard that her actions were illegal and that continuing down this path would only worsen her situation. Yet, despite the legal obstacles piling up, Henyard has shown no signs of backing down. If anything, she seems to be digging in deeper, all while the walls are closing in around her. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. In a bizarre twist, Henyard and her boyfriend were recently served with an eviction notice for failing to pay back rent on a property they've been living in for 3 years. Yes, you heard that right, the mayor of Dolton, who has been splurging taxpayer money on luxury trips and extravagant spending, hasn't been paying her rent. According to the landlord, Henyard and her boyfriend owe over $3,300 in unpaid rent. And they've repeatedly dodged requests for property inspections. Can you imagine the irony? While Henyard's been jetting off to Vegas and throwing lavish street parties, she hasn't even been keeping up with her own rent payments. Talk about a double life.
The township residents are paying for her funds.
Now, you think that facing an eviction notice while under investigation for financial misconduct would make anyone want to lie low for a while. But not Henyard. Nope, she's continued to flaunt her lavish lifestyle and even tried to defend her actions. In a recent interview with Fox 32, Henyard flat out denied the allegations of unpaid rent, claiming she was current on all payments. But the eviction notice says otherwise, and she's scheduled to appear in court soon to sort it out. If her boldness wasn't enough, the public's reaction to her antics has been nothing short of outrage. Dolton residents are fed up with Henyard's behavior, and they're starting to see through her smoke and mirrors.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
Henyard's financial missteps go far beyond her rent issues, though. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who was brought in by the village trustees to investigate Dolton's financial woes, has uncovered some staggering findings. The village's general fund is reportedly in the red by a whopping $3.65 million, and much of that deficit seems to have stemmed from Henyard's reckless spending. Lightfoot's investigation revealed that Henyard made over $400,000 worth of purchases on Amazon in a single day. Let that sink in for a second. What could she possibly be buying? Residents and trustees alike are scratching their heads, trying to figure out how one person could spend that much taxpayer money on a shopping spree.
Who would make a one-day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon? And the main thing is, what is it?
The trustees have also accused Henyard of using village funds to beef up the police budget, but not for the reasons you'd expect. Instead of focusing on public safety, critics claim that Henyard was using these funds to create her own personal security detail, turning local police officers into her private bodyguards. So this revelation has only added fuel to the fire, as residents question how she's been allowed to misuse public resources for personal gain without facing serious consequences. The trustees have taken a stand, though, pushing back against Henyard's unchecked power by filing an injunction that blocks her from making any future appointments without their approval. It's a small win, but one that signals the beginning of the end for Henyard's reign in Dolton.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there will be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
As if all this wasn't enough to keep the scandal pot boiling, the FBI has launched its own investigation into Dolton Village Hall. While officials have kept tight-lipped about the exact details of the probe, it's clear that they're looking into Henyard's actions, particularly her spending habits and potential ties to corruption. Henyard's administration has been accused of retaliating against anyone who dares to speak out against her, and it looks like the feds are starting to take notice. There's even speculation that Henyard's former ally, Keith Freeman, has been cooperating with federal authorities to bring her down. Freeman, who was once Henyard's right-hand man, has found himself at the center of multiple lawsuits, and rumors are swirling that he's got the goods on her corrupt activities.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
But as the legal challenges pile up, Henyard's once loyal inner circle has begun to crumble. So even one of her former close allies, trustee Carmen Carlisle, has turned on her. In a shocking turn of events, Carlisle has come forward, accusing Henyard of engaging in unethical behavior and using her position to manipulate employees and vendors. Carlisle claims she stayed quiet for years, trusting that Henyard was acting in the best interest of the community, but now she's had enough. For the past 2 years, Henyard has manipulated employees, vendors, and residents, using her position to increase her influence, Carlisle said in a recent statement. It's a betrayal that has sent shockwaves through Dolton's political landscape, and it paints a picture of a leader who has lost the trust of even her most loyal supporters.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the People's Mayor and People's Supervisor.
Of course, Henyard has tried to downplay Carlisle's accusations, brushing them off as the desperate ramblings of a disgruntled former ally. In a recent board meeting, Henyard was quoted as saying, "I think I'm going to get you in a new nickname, Lion Carlisle." So the damage has already been done. Carlisle's revelations have only added to the growing list of accusations against Henyard. And it's clear that the residents of Dolton are starting to wake up to the chaos that has unfolded under her leadership. As one resident put it, Big Tip's gonna be struggling to find quality weaves and wigs in federal prison. It's a harsh comment, but it reflects the frustration and anger that many feel toward Henyard's apparent disregard for the rules. Too, one can't help but wonder if Henyard has an escape plan in mind. After all, with so much money unaccounted for, many believe that she's already stashed away a secret fortune, possibly in preparation for a quick getaway. As one Dolton resident speculated, since a lot of money is missing, I'm sure she stashed and hid money, and wouldn't be surprised if she tries to bounce up out of there and try to go in hiding. It's the kind of plot twist you'd expect to see in a movie, but the reality is, Henyard's story is unfolding right in front of us, and it's hard to look away.
Coming in, unfortunately we knew it was going to be a little messy, but it's just something we felt important that had to be done, that should be done. So, but like I said, you have just some accountability.
As we wait for the next chapter in this unfolding drama, one can't help but wonder what else is hiding behind the scenes. Will the FBI uncover even more dirt on Henyard's shady dealings? Or will she somehow manage to wriggle Ray out of this mess, as she has so many times before? cheats, out there, let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe Henyard has a secret stash of cash hidden away just in case things go south? Or is she destined to end up behind bars, paying for the chaos she's unleashed on Dolton? So let's hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this scandal and more.